Demonology, Ahriman, and his minions. As we will see in the chapter on the origin and organization of the cosmos, the good religion as a whole doctrine of entities which oppose or Mazda and the beneficial entities. In the ancient terminology, these are called devas. It is unnecessary to study anything about these entities. We only need to know how to oppose and defeat them in our lives and in the world. They have none of the charm and heroic rebelliousness of the Western devils. Milton and their romantics made a hero of the Judeo-Christian Satan, and figures such as Satan or Lucifer can be identified as conduits for the introduction of wisdom and knowledge in the Western mythology. Jesus said, "Let them be wise as serpents," but there is no such romanticism in the system of the good religion. Ahriman and his minions are cruel, ignorant, stupid forces of pure destruction and chaos with no redeeming value whatsoever. Anyone who would worship Ahriman is a fool. Dealing with these devils can only bring misery, death, and deception. Their patterns of behavior lead humanity into bad thoughts, bad words, and bad deeds. Another way of saying this is that destructive thoughts, words, and actions are things that trend in the opposite direction from that which any sane person would consciously choose to go. These entities express either an excess of deficiency in everything they do. Water is good, but a devil will drown you in it when he is not causing you to die of thirst. In some Iranian systems outside of Orthodox Zoroastrianism, for example, Mithraism, we see that Ahriman might have been placated, propitiated, or bought off. He tried to avoid the negative impact of his activities in ancient times. This was also done among the various populations in the Mediterranean region with regard to Jehovah, who was widely feared, even by non-Jews, for the destruction and misery he could cause to those who did not give him his due. It was from among these and many non-Jewish God-fearers that many early Christian converts came, and it is due to this that the early church moved away from its Zoroastrian roots. It is relatively pointless to go into the complexities of Zoroastrian demonology. The point is to combat their powers. This is done with the universal weapons, Yumata, Hukta, and Kavarshta, good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. These we will discuss in detail later, but to get a feel for the nature of the archdemons as posited by the good religion, we need only hear their names and read what they do. Ahriman, evil spirit, destroys man. Akaman, evil mind, destroys animals. Andar, untruth and disorder, pollutes the fire. Savul, undesirable kingdom, pollutes the sky. Tanarmat, impiety, pollutes the earth. Tarik, imperfection, pollutes the waters. Zyric, mortality, destroys the plants. As is apparent, these demons are names for the processes and events which occur contrary to the direction of development desired by the good mind, the truth, and the wise Lord. This is far from the puerile demonology of those who were inspired by the system and iniquity and who understood it only partially. The fact that bad things exist and logically proof of the existence of the forces and patterns which cause them. The devas are not so much personal entities with individual wills and conscious plans, rather than our unthinking patterns and with structures which parasitically infest and infect everything they come into contact with. If they are able, they cannot be ascribed to the good God. Therefore they originate and are identical with Ahriman, his minions. It helps to give a name to the opposition so that we can better understand what we must eliminate. Overall, the devas or demons are guided by the drudge, the lie, in opposition to Asha truth. The lie constantly tells man that he is no good, stupid, cannot help himself, is doomed to death and destruction. The man belongs to the devas, and the cruel thoughts, deceitful words, and trickery are pathways to happiness. All this is a pack of lies. It should be said that the very few of the old pagan Iranian gods were permanently demonized in the good religion. They were, for the most part, reinterpreted and understood in more philosophized forms. This is very different from the way medieval churchmen demonized the old gods and goddesses of Europe. The people in Europe, as in Iran, did not want to give up their native gods and goddesses entirely. In Iran, they were allowed back into the system under new conditions, whereas in Europe, those who wished to continue to follow the old ways had to do so either by infusing old meanings into new Christian imagery, or actually sympathize with the devil of the new religion. In general, we find that in the good religion, philosophy cannot be separated from theology. This is because the reform of Zarathustra meant that the good, powerful mind could directly perceive abstract principles, just as gods and goddesses were thought to be able to do. The theology of the good religion mandates that the individual became a philosopher, a direct lover of wisdom. Wisdom loves us, so too must we love wisdom. We will address philosophical issues more precisely in Chapter 8